Hi, I'm Molly,
And I'm Naona.
and we are a candle business called
Time to Flicker.
So we started our business by when she was painting, and every time she'd stick the paintbrush into the jar, the watercolor would change, and every time it changed, it would look like a different kind of candle. And then we both looked at each other and had the idea of starting a candle business.
Then we started brainstorming a bunch of ideas in our notebook right here. We both enjoyed making candles, and we thought it was going to be fun and easy.
And then here's some of the ideas that we brainstormed in our notebook. So first page, we have like our brand and the logo. And then the next page, we have the list of our scents.
So we have lavender as our lovely lavender. We have orange for Florida orange. We have vanilla for very vanilla. And we have orange creamsicle for orange tangerine.
Next page, we have like all of the ingredients. So we have candle wax, which is like soy wax. Candle wicks, which like range in sizes, like this. And then we have our scents, and the colors. We have little color chips that melt with the wax.
And this is the wax.
And then we need our like jars. And then we have our like molds to make the smaller ones. And then the next page is all of our social medias.
So it just has our Instagram and stuff.
Our Instagram is Time to Flicker, and Facebook is also Time to Flicker. And then our website is also timetoflicker.com. And then we have a list of our jobs, like the separate jobs we have. So my jobs and her jobs. And then we have like the process, like how we make the candles and like measurements and stuff like that. And then we have an order page with like orders we have to make and orders that we've done. And then we have our like testing page. So the first few candles we made, we tested them to see if they smelled good and like how long they burnt for. And then we have like an inventory of like what we have.
Some challenges that we had were figuring out like the amounts that we had to put in the pot to make the candle wax, and we had to buy our own supplies with our own money with our first batch.
So like our first supplies that we had to buy for our candles, we had to buy with our own money. So that was like, we had to think about like if like we really wanted to do that and spend our own money on stuff. So with making these candles, we had to have like adults or like our parents have to help us, because they had to bring us to the store to get like ingredients. They had to like buy the website, and they helped us make our website. They also helped us because every time we get an order, if the person pays with PayPal or Venmo, we don't have like accounts for those, so we had to use our parents' accounts. And then they had to go to the bank and get that money out when we do get paid. And they also like when we are making the candles, when we melt the wax, it's like we have a hot pan, so they just supervise us to make sure we don't burn ourselves.
A lot of reading and writing about making candles and just figuring out like what to put in it and like figure it out.
We had to do a lot of research and like reading like other people's candle stuff and like things they use, and we did a lot of research on like the best stuff to use, and we also had to do a lot of writing with making our website, writing in our notebook, making order forms, and then we also had to like think of good descriptions for things like posts on social medias. Like we had to come up with good descriptions and like bios and like descriptions on our website. Like I'll give you an example here. This is our website. We'll click on the lavender one. So here's what that looks like. We came up with all of that writing. So we have like prices and stuff. And here is our description of it, which that took a lot of time to think of. And our parents also helped us come up with like names and descriptions. And then we had to think of like good questions for the order form here. Some of the math that we have to do for our business is like adding up prices of like materials, and also say someone buys like a bunch of candles, we'll have to add up all of the candle prices to get their total. We have to find the right measurements of like how much wax to put in, how much scent to put in, and how much color to put in. And we also had to figure out like prices of like deciding our prices, how much we think would go into this jar.
Yeah, and how much this votive would be.
And how much material cost would go into these. We use science by like, sometimes in science you mix chemicals together, and sometimes if you put in too much, it could cause like an explosion. But here, if you put too much of something, it won't cause an explosion. It will just like, you'll have too much wax, and you don't really want to waste that wax, and then you don't really have any other choice, because when you waste wax, you're also wasting money, and that's not good. So we also have to like think of temperatures. Like you can't, when they're cooling, you can't put them in the fridge or they'll get like all cracked up. And if it's too hot, then it will take super long for them to dry because it's hot when you first put it in. And so heat won't really be good for drying. So you want to leave it in room temperature air to let it dry. Technology is another one of the main parts of our business. Our website is used, we use Google Sites to make this. And then our order forms, we used Google Forms to make that, all of them. And then we also, to keep track of all of them, we use Google Sheets. So we have all of these, all of the orders linked to Google Sheets. And we also had to do a lot of our researching, and we had to use like websites, like other people's candle websites to help our research be a little quicker, like see ingredients that other people use. And then our social medias are also online, like Instagram and Facebook.
Our future plans are to make our business larger and make people notice our company, and we want our like candles to be like a lot nicer.
And we also want to eventually get more scents and maybe like larger sizes, have more people starting to buy, and then the buyers share. and then we have more buyers, and then they share, and then it just gets like much bigger. If you guys are looking to start a business of your own, here's some advice. First thing you want to do is make sure you've done your research and know what you're doing.
You have to have confidence, and like before you have a company, make sure, like how she says, to research all the things.
And also, it's easier to have like a business partner. So if you're not good at one thing, maybe your friend is good at that. Have your parents like help you with some things also. And just stay confident and like don't let like the small things get in the way.